Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently 12:46 at night. I just got done watching Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1, and I have so much to say. Let's just say I really enjoyed this season. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1 is arguably one of the best seasons that has been done with the show. In my opinion, it has made me feel so many range of emotions. The amount of... I'm not even going to do spoilers right now. Episode 1 is great. Episode 2 is great. Episode 3 is great. Episode 4 is spectacular. Okay? The show starts out with a bang, and it ends with a bang, and it is just all around just amazing storytelling, and it's really, really interesting what we do with this season. We sort of follow up. We start the episode at the Wheeler's house. Everyone is sort of eating breakfast, right? We're getting ready for the day, and then we sort of go out and begin the final adventure. We still sort of have Hawkins believing that Hellfire is like a cult, and we have Dustin going through a really interesting arc in the season where he's sort of still dealing with Eddie's death that happened at the end of season 4. And he's sort of trying to bring Eddie back into a good light and everything, and sort of trying to stick up for him even though he's gone. And we see that he's having a really tough time with that, and how he processes it is basically getting his ass kicked. And there are these bullies from the basketball team that are still very hell-bent on destroying Hellfire Club and everything, and we still sort of have that conflict going on between Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, everyone a part of that who was involved with Hellfire. We're still sort of dealing with it and still sort of dealing with the repercussions that was started in season 4. And we see a lot of interest, and we see a lot of fun cameos. Mr. Clark finally comes back. I missed him so much. Even though it was for one scene, I really enjoyed it. And it was just literally him teaching a class. I don't know, it was great. And then, Willona Ryder, Noah Schnapp, their chemistry is amazing. I love Will and Joyce's relationship in this show. I always have. It's been the heart of the show, and it just continues to pull on my heartstrings. It is so unbelievably good this season. I love it to death. Elle and Hopper's relationship also continues to pull on my heartstrings. They're just the best. And we still sort of see that Hopper is dealing with the death of his daughter Sarah, right? And he still sort of feels that loss there, and he really feels scared to lose Elle because of how he lost Sarah. So sorry, I'm having to cut to my computer because my phone is malfunctioning and it's being weird. But as I was saying, Joyce and Will's relationship in this show is so unbelievably good, and it's amazing, and it's great, and I love every single second of it. And I need more of it. I need more of it. I was also saying about Elle and Hopper's relationship as well, and everything. That's great. I don't know if that's the last thing I talked about. It's been a minute since I last recorded, so I'm just trying to sort of piece it all together. But this show is just so good. And the cinematography, by the way, and the visuals, and like the filmmaking aspect of this season and the cinematic feel of it is amazing. The way we handle certain transitions in this season is incredible. Like, it feels so like good almost whenever we're doing a transition, because it's like, ooh, that was nice, that was cool. And obviously one of my favorite transitions in the show is when like we're going into the Upside Down, and we're going from right? Upside up, and then we're going down. I mean, it's just right. I love it so much. Steve is really good in this first half of the season. He's a little bit of a jerk though. He's kind of giving off that jerk vibe again. Him and Jonathan are sort of butting heads. Obviously, at the end of season 4, we see that Nancy is kind of starting to like Steve again, and that Jonathan and Nancy are sort of at a rough spot. And we literally see within the first episode, like this isn't really much of a spoiler, but we literally see Steve and Jonathan like continuously butting heads. Like it's kind of hilarious. And by the way, the whole radio station thing with Steve and Robin, I think it's so interesting and so cool that that's what they're doing now. That's really cool. Yeah, this whole entire just cinematic feel to this season, it really brings a new level of energy, and it just really sort of opens our minds to everything that is possible within the Stranger Things world. And I just can't believe how good it is. I just can't believe how good the show is. I have loved every single minute of it. And we continue to grow upon these characters, and we really, really just one by one by one by one, and we really just sort of get to really love these characters, and it's crazy and amazing what the Duffers and Sean Levy have been able to do, and every single person who's worked on this show have been able to do with this show and make it so special. It's just amazing. I love it. I love every single minute of it. So right now, it probably still goes. Obviously, in my last video, I talked about how I watched all 4 seasons of Stranger Things for the first time, and I ranked it. I went 1, 4, 3, 2. It's probably going to go, as of right now, 5, 4, 3, 2. No. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. There you go. Because season 1 is just, that's undebatable, right? That's like what started this whole thing. But we do some things in season 4 that is unbelievable, and I need to talk spoilers. So basically, right now I'm giving the season I want to say 8.5 to 9 out of 10 right now. It's really, really good. The visuals are amazing. The score is great. The performances by everyone are amazing. Murray still continues to be like one of my favorite characters because he is so unintentionally funny at times. And getting Matarazzo and handling his arc is amazing. And Noah Schnapp, Winona Ryder, David Harbour, Millie Bobby Brown. This whole entire freaking cast is just so spectacular. It's great. So 8.5 out of 10 for me right now. It's really, really good. It's really, really great. Please go check it out if you haven't already. You just need to. By the way, the servers at Netflix crashed whenever this season launched. It was insane. I couldn't get in. My brother couldn't get in. We both love this show. He's currently in the other room watching it right now as we speak. So many people love this show, and millions of people launched their Netflix app tonight, and we all sort of came together as Stranger Things fans to sort of celebrate this last journey. And if I talk too much about it, I'm probably gonna cry, even though I'm a new Stranger fan. It is pretty sad that it's the last adventure that we're getting. So 8.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Let's get into spoilers, shall we? Let's go. So, Will the Wise. I'm just jumping straight into episode 4. Frick everything else. Episode 4. We're talking about it. I have never felt so much emotion within the span of an hour. By the way, I said in my last video that I think that this season is going to be like a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 situation where we think a lot of people are going to die, there's going to be a lot of fake outs, and then we don't do it, right? I was totally 100% correct. I cannot believe that we just sort of, fake out Hopper, we fake out Lucas, we fake out Mike. We do all, we're constantly faking out these deaths, and it's It's insane, and I knew for a fact that's probably what the Duffers were going to go for because what? Like, come on. I know we still have Volume 2 to go through, right? But right now I feel as if everyone is safe. I may or may not be jinxing that. I know that Dustin, Jonathan, and Steve, and Nancy are all still stuck in the Upside Down right now, so who knows what's going to happen there. But, the amount of fake outs within this first season was insane. Like, it was crazy. And I knew that it was coming, but every single time that one was happening, my heart was constantly beating at its chest, wanting to come out. It was insane. Hoppers really got me. I was like, oh my god, they're actually doing it. Why are you doing this to Elle? Why are you doing this to Joyce? This is such a bad decision. And, he was gonna freaking sacrifice himself. And then it's like, oh, we just find that Eleven's freaking sister is being held captive in the Upside Down. What? Absolutely insane. They used probably one of the worst things to happen in season 2, right? That one episode in season 2 is like arguably the worst in the entire show, right? And then we use it to make something really interesting in season 5 and really hook us back into that story. And it's good. It's heartfelt. And the score and the visuals and the way that we're telling the story in episode 4 is just all around amazing. And I can see as to why they wanted to end it there and then sort of have us left on a cliffhanger going into Christmas, December 25th, which is when the next volume comes out. And then the finale drops on December 31st. I cannot believe half of the things that happen in this episode. It's crazy. First of all, we fake out Hopper's death multiple times, which I don't feel too good about because I feel like, maybe they're like teasing us, and then it's finally gonna happen, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like an emotional wreck, and I don't want that to happen. Yeah, this is insane. And I want to talk about, first of all, how we start out episode 2, right? Freaking nearly killing the Wheelers. Like, that was insane. Almost killing Miss Wheeler and Ted walking down Wheeler, which he puts up a pretty good fight against that Demogorgon, you can't lie. And then, well, he ultimately loses. But, yeah, it's crazy. And I actually recognize that song, Fernando, that Miss Wheeler is listening to when she's about to get into the bathtub. It's from Mamma Mia 2. So there's just a little, they sing it at the end, share. Anyway, I found that really, really cool. But this entire thing was just cool. It was just cool. And then my GOAT, Will the Wise. I had a feeling that we were going to do something with him this season, right? I had a feeling that something was happening with his character. We sort of wrote him off in season 4, well, as a character. Not too happy about that. I knew that we were going to bring him back to the focal point of this season. And because it started with him, it has to end with him. The Duffers knew that. Shawn Levy knew that. The writers knew that. Everyone knew it. And we are freaking ending it with Will. And my boy has freaking powers, baby. He has powers. I had a feeling that he did. I had a feeling because when Mike and him were talking about it, and him sort of being Vecna, quote unquote, I was like, they're gonna give him powers. I clocked it immediately. I was like, they're gonna do it. And then whenever we're getting the Demogorgon about to slice Mike in half, and we sort of see the cutaway, and we see Mike and Will meeting for the first time, and we see that whole thing, and we see him and Jonathan building Castle Byers and everything. I was like, oh my god, he's about to get locked the frick in. And then we just end the episode with his eyes freaking and him going like this, and him freaking pulling an 11, a Magneto, anyone with telepathic power, like just that. And then we cut to black. And it was like, can this get any more peak? Genuinely, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. My brother was telling me to shut up because I was just going so crazy and he was still behind. So I just, look, it's insane. It's wild. I have, and you can probably hear him in the background right now. I have loved every single aspect of this season. The cliffhangers, everything, the emotion, the pure anger I have for Vecna. Oh my god, and by the way, Max just randomly appearing with Holly, like in the forest thing, blew my mind. I was like, what? I believe that happened in episode 3 or 2. I remember going like batshit crazy, like and then yeah. So we're sort of dealing with that as well, and sort of trying to get her out of the coma and away from Vecna and everything. So yeah. So so everything that is, he's calling my name right now. So I'm doing my review, you little turd. You can wait. So yeah. I mean, everything in the season is fantastic. It's really, really cool. It's really great. I love it. Anyway, he's whooping and hollering my name. This season right now is like at a 9 out of 10. The only few negatives I have is I still find Robin wildly annoying. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the irritation is. I just, every time she talks, I'm just like, it's like, can you like be quiet for 2 seconds, please? Like, just, and she's like so slow sometimes. I'm like, and whenever her and Will are like having that conversation, and she has like the spark plugs or something in her hand, and Joyce sort of has to like turn around and be like, "Are you gonna go deal with that?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, that probably would be the right thing to do." I was like, "Oh my god, just go do the damn thing." There's like no reason to like be that like just go do it. I'm sorry, it just gets me so irritated because I liked her so much as a character in season 3, and then in season 4 and 5, we just make her so irritating. She has her moments in the season. I will give her that conversation that she has with Will is spectacular in the tunnel. That conversation was really, really good. But besides that. And Noah Schnapp's and Maya Hawke's chemistry on screen is amazing. I love it to death. But yeah, guys, this season is amazing. Go watch Stranger Things if you haven't. I made the mistake of waiting too long, and if you guys want to be a part of the movement and the fandom and everything that's happening, yeah, go do that, because this is a wild ride for sure. So that's been my yap session. It's been my TED Talk of Stranger Things once again, even though I put one out a few hours ago. Or by the time this comes out, probably you guys will probably be saying yesterday. So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be uploading this. Probably either right after I'm done editing this, I'll just upload it straight, or I'll wait until tomorrow morning to upload it. But that's how good this season is. It's got me sneezing. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are incredible. The Stranger Things fandom is amazing. Thank you all so much for pressuring me into watching this show. Thank you to the Escape Pod Podcast for pressuring me into watching this show. Yeah. So, and with me wanting to get into the film industry one day and really wanting to make things like this one day for you guys and bring an experience like that to your screens one day is something that really, really gets me going. And this show has really just umped my passion for filmmaking tenfold. And I really hope that I'm able to bring my own vision and my own stories to you guys one day. Not necessarily Stranger Things, but I have similar ideas and similar scripts that I'm working on that I think would be really, really cool. So anyway, that's for the Arce Studios channel. That's for here. I thank you all so much for watching. Take care and peace. We're gonna kill Vecna. Oh yeah. Take care and peace, guys.